All right, so today our math goal is place value to the thousands. What you know. So please go ahead and write this down in your math notebook, pause the video, and then come back to me. Okay, so what pattern do you see? Notice I have my place value chart here. Make sure you glue this into your math notebook. Um, we're going to need this. So what pattern do you see in the place value chart? Pause the video and see what patterns you see. All right, there's a lot of different patterns. So hopefully some of you recognized that our place value system is using powers of 10. This is very, very important. So if you didn't recognize this, write that down, that our place value chart is based on the powers of 10. So as I'm going to, as we said on the last video, if I'm going to my left, I am multiplying and my numbers are increasing, right? They're getting 10 times bigger. So 10 is worth 10. 100 is the same thing as 10 times 10, or 100. Thousands is 10 times 10 times 10, which is 1,000. And they're increasing by powers of 10. If I move to the right, they're decreasing by 10. It's like dividing by 10. So 1/10 is the same thing as 1 divided by 10. Hundreds is the same thing as 1 divided by 100. And thousands is 1 divided by 1,000. So they are decreasing, right? They're getting smaller. All right, so greater values, my whole numbers, my decimal numbers decrease and get smaller. Okay, so hopefully you recognize the powers of 10. And I'm sure there's more connections. So we will talk about it in class if you noticed anything else. Okay, so we're going to read the decimal and give the value of each digit. All right, so you would read this 5 and 34 hundredths. Remember the and, we use the and in place of the decimal. 5 and 34 hundredths. What's the value of each of the digits? So remember, digits all have value. So a digit just means number. So 5 is in the what place value? The 1, so it's worth 5 ones. The 3 is in what place value? The tenths, so it's worth 3/10. This is the same thing as 3 out of 10, right? 3/10. And the 4 is in the hundredth spot, so it's worth 4 hundredths. So it's the same thing as 4 out of 100. And notice it's getting smaller. All right, let's look at the next one. Read the decimal and give the value of each one. This is 2 and 6/10. 2 and 6/10. Say it with me. 2 and 6/10. What's the value of each of the digits? So this digit is worth 2 ones. It's in the ones place. This digit is worth 6/10 because it's in the 10th spot. That's the same thing as 6 out of 10, right? So it's worth 6/10. Okay, you try this one. You're going to read the decimal and give the value of each digit. So write it down in your math notebook and then come back to me. Okay, so you read it 972, 972 and 8/10. The 9 is in the what place value? The hundreds. The 7 is in the tens. The 2 is in the ones. And the 8 is in the tenths. All right, try this one. Read the decimal and give the value of each digit. Again, write it down in your math notebook and then come back to me. Okay, this is read 8,007. I have 8 in the thousands. I have nothing in the other place values. And then I have 7 in the hundredths spot, hundredths. All right, try this one also. Read the decimal and give the value of each digit. All right, so I don't have anything in the ones, right? So I don't say anything. I don't have my and because there's nothing there. I just have a decimal and it's in the hundredth spot. So you say that 9 hundredths because it's in the hundredth spot and it's worth 9 hundredths. All right. And that's it for our lesson. So go ahead and write down what you learned today. Do a proof of learning by solving a problem similar to the one we did, and then write a reflection or a question you may still have.